Mike Evans broke the record. Let's go! So for anybody living under a rock or not a fan of the Bucs, my dog Mike Evans just tied the record for most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons at 11. And let's just say it was a nail biter. I ain't gonna lie, I was really nervous. He almost didn't get it. First off, let me set the stage. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just happened to be losing a must-win, and I mean winning to get into the playoffs, losing you possibly missed the playoffs, against one of the worst teams in the league, the New Orleans Saints. And when I say it was a nail-biter, we didn't take the lead until the fourth quarter against the Saints. But the Bucs came up clutch, scoring 14 points and shutting out the Saints in the fourth quarter. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. There was a funny moment where we were up 1, driving down the field. Baker Mayfield was on the 10-yard line, and he's scrambling in the middle of the pocket. Nowhere to go. Sees Bucky Irving out of nowhere and dumps it down to him, probably thinking he'd get a couple yards. Well, the couple yards turned into 10 yards, turned into a touchdown, put us up 8 with less than 2 minutes to go. At this point, I'm like, Mike Evans only got 80 yards. He need 85. We probably not getting the ball back. And I was like, no, not like this. I'm so happy we're gonna win, but not like this. The Bucs ended up getting a stop. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what the Bucs were gonna do here. Because keep in mind, we were only up 8 at this point, and there's like a minute left? There's a world where we turn over the ball, Saints score, and get the extra point, and then we gotta go in overtime. So in 99.99% of times this happens, you kneel the ball out and call it a day. But not only was Mike Evans going to tie Jerry Rice's 11th season, 1,000 yards, he was also going to get $3 million. They already got the receptions he needed. Now he just needed the yards. And when I saw that offense line up, oh my God, I was so happy. I was like, yes, that's what a good organization is about. Mike Evans has been here through and through all the bad quarterbacks and a couple good ones we had. He don't complain. He come to work, do his job. He's nice. He's funny. When somebody mess with his quarterback like Tom Brady, he pushes him on the ground, knocks him out. I'm just playing. But still, he about the squad. Mike Evans is about that squad. If you're going to take care of anybody, you take care of Mike Evans. And I was so happy when I saw the offense get back on the field and they ran out, got him his first down. Look at the way the team was celebrating. I mean, you could just tell the whole team was excited for him and everybody wanted him to get that record. Now he doesn't have the record, he's tied for the record, but still, when you're talking about like legacy type stuff, like I can't tell you how many times somebody's asked me, oh, do you think that Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer? This is the kind of stuff they'll bring up when they talk about him being a Hall of Famer. This is how the ballots go over time. 5 years down the line, when it comes into, oh, well, what did he do? Well, Super Bowl champion, best receiver on the team for years, tied Jerry Rice's record, if not beat it by the time he retires. This is how you build a resume for a Hall of Famer. And you know what? The Bucs want a Hall of Famer too. It's not just Mike Evans that goes into the Hall of Fame. The Bucs get to get another guy of theirs in the Hall of Fame, and I'm happy that they respect Mike Evans enough to care about that. Like, that's awesome. You got owners out here sitting players that need to get their bonuses for no good reason. Were you happy that Mike Evans got that record? My Bucs did it. We made it to the playoffs. All you gotta do is make it to the dance. Not gonna lie, got a little rocky there. Got a little rocky. But now that we're in it, anything can happen. Going up against Washington, it's a good squad over there. The young Bucs. But the Bucs have won the division 4 times in a row now. I can already hear you on the other side of the screen, by the way. Oh, the NFC South sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Tom Brady not play in a terrible division for 20 years? Getting an easy bye? And shout out to my man Tom Brady. Love him. He's one of my dogs. But that division was terrible. He was great. The squad was great. But that division sucked. Just like my division sucks. But, hey, a win is a win. Also, Tom went from that division and was like, you know, what division is bad with good talent on a squad that doesn't really win? That one. He picked us for a reason, because he's smart. And now look at us. We get Baker Mayfield, former #1 overall pick Baker Mayfield. Put some respect on his name. Future Hall of Famer Mike Evans. Pow! I'm really excited. Whew. And the Panthers beat the Falcons, which is hilarious. Objectively hilarious. Now, did they see the score to our game before they went into overtime? I don't know. What I do know is, even before they knew the score, Panthers had them on the ropes a bit. Love to see it. I wonder if Kirk Cousins could have beat the Panthers. World may never know. Were you happy that Mike Evans got that record and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made it to the playoffs? Let me know. But enough about my Bucs. Let's move on to the next topic. What did Tyreek Hill say? Tyreek Hill says, I'm out, bro, to the Dolphins? What? So if y'all missed it, Tyreek Hill left the game early after he realized they weren't going to make it to the playoffs. The Chiefs sat their players, and the backups were getting smacked up against the Denver Broncos. And if the Broncos were in, that meant the Dolphins were out, which meant Tyreek Hill didn't need to be there anymore. But he went back into the locker room. Oh, captain, my captain. Wherefore art thou? What are you doing? Then to have an interview, and at the end you say, I'm out, bro. What you mean you out? Didn't they just restructure your deal? You're making like $30 million a year. I know this is the first time you missed the playoffs, but you know, this happens to a bunch of teams that aren't the Chiefs. And last time I checked, they wanted to keep you, bro. They wanted to keep you for like $4 less million a year, to be fair to you. You wanted your paper. I'm not mad about that. But your quarterback got banged up. He missed 6 games. You missed the playoffs by 1 game. What are we talking about here? If your quarterback misses 6 games and you don't have a competent backup, you're probably not making the playoffs. And that's what happened. They should work on getting a more competent backup. I will agree with that. Or getting them caught up earlier. Because whatever they were doing weeks 3 through 7, that was trash. So I feel you there. But you wanting to get out right after they restructured your deal, you're expensive. I still think you're talented. I think you have a broken wrist, but I still think you're very talented. But let's not act like you haven't been producing while you were in Miami, like they haven't been getting you the ball. Bro, when Tua's on the field, you play well. You just got off a back-to-back 1,700 yards seasons. You wasn't getting 1,700 yards in Kansas City. You was not getting 1,700 yards. You were getting more touchdowns, and you were getting close. But you balled out in Miami, and Tua was getting you that ball. And correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't you saying that Tua was the most accurate quarterback you ever played with? Wasn't that what you were saying? But I agree, the best ability is availability. And Tua just ain't available. But you knew that when you signed his contract. I feel bad for Miami fans. 2 superstars requesting a trade in the same month. Tyreek Hill on one end and Jimmy Butler on the other. Miami's going through it. Also, Tyreek Hill photoshopping his head on Antonio Brown's body when he took his shirt off and ran off the field and basically retired is diabolical work. Who does that? I mean, seriously, who does that? Good luck, Cheetah. I kind of hope you leave the team because I traded for Jalen Waddle in Dynasty. I ain't worried about your bread. You gonna get your money. What else? Do you think Tyreek Hill is wilding out? And will he be on the Miami Dolphins next year? Let me know down in the comments. The New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars both let go their head coach. Surprised about one, not so surprised about the other. I was surprised Doug Peterson got fired, but maybe that's just me being naive. Trevor Lawrence has been banged up. And when he wasn't banged up, they went to the divisional round. For a franchise like the Jacksonville Jaguars, who don't really do much too often, I figured you'd at least give him one more year. Got fired earlier. Doug Peterson should find another job. Trevor Lawrence has to put it together though, man. As the fantasy manager of Trevor Lawrence, my man, you gotta put it together. You gotta have a good season. #1 overall pick. I still have faith that you can be something. It's taken you a bit, but man, I'm hoping you bounce back this year. Now on the flip side, how well were you really expecting the New England Patriots to play this year? Because I wasn't, and neither was Vegas. So if you had already been thinking about hiring Gerard Mayo years ago, you fire him after 1 season? Is it because he lost you your #1 overall pick? Maybe? Or do you just want to go after Mike Vrabel? I think that one might be it too. Maybe a combination of both. Because y'all should have had that #1 overall pick. And Bills. Did y'all throw this game so that your division rival couldn't get a #1 overall pick? I ain't mad at it. Because I don't want my division rival to get the #1 overall pick either. And if I can lose a game that doesn't matter and it hurts y'all, that's kind of a win-win. So what do you think? Did those coaches deserve to get fired or should they still be on their teams? Let me know down in the comments. It's the off season, but I still have stuff coming for you. Stay tuned. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. If you have any questions, hit me up. Hopefully your team's in the playoffs. And if not, Hopefully they have a good draft pick. I'll see you soon, Bay Nation. Peace.